We are live now, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Good evening to our viewers from the Right News, and I'm Bharti Kaul. Today we have with us an eminent educationist, Principal Thadomal Sahani Engineering College, Dr. G.T. Thumpi. Mr. Thumpi, you are most welcome in our session, The Right Conversation.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for
Today,
inviting.
okay. Today we'll be talking about to you various subjects relating to the higher education. Since
Yes.
you are the principal and you are dealing with all the things in your college, so I would like to get, you know, enlightened about the educational scenario during the COVID-19, when we had waves upon waves, and about the conditions that prevailed upon the students who were most affected, the education sector, and also new educational policy and Ukraine Russia conflict, what effect it has, and also the university settling up campus in GIFT. So these are the burning issues like for the students and for the education sector. So I would like to through you to throw some light on these subjects one by one.
Correct.
Like you have to tell us about the level of restoring the old order in higher education.
So we coming to terms with new normal, almost approximating a previous way of doing things, a brick and mortar classroom engagement. But this 2 years, the last 2 years, is a lost opportunity for everybody.
Yeah.
Students were seriously, demonstrating that kind of fatigue, and majority of the people fail to learn. At least they
Mhm,
are not recollecting anything.
mhm.
Uh, First year students, directly from school to engineering college.
Yeah.
So their perspective about education, the disciplines are missing. The grasping, the understanding. Even sometimes we wonder people have common sense or not. That kind of drastic, deterioration of mental faculty of people who
Yeah.
learn through online and sitting at home. That kind of scenario. Now, luckily, after almost 18 months, we are back, and in short time we'll try to normalize the whole thing. We'll help learners to regain their original rhythm, original voice, etc.
Yeah. That is very important actually.
Yeah,
It is from the grassroots, they have to just they have landed from the schools into the higher education.
higher education,
Yeah, that is a
and
very
they demonstrate a lot of lack of understanding and not disciplined at all. Very random in behavior.
yeah,
I never seen this kind of things in life, actually. Never, in colleges, never seen
yeah,
very random behavior of this professional college students.
yeah. That is the
Something
thing.
went wrong throughout the stay. No, the
Yeah.
lockdown.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what happened inside their home, and long stay within bounded walls. Made some change in the psyche.
Bilkul. It has been a tremendous change in the psyche of the children actually. Children have been most affected. And
That's right.
tell us about what is happening on the new education policy.
New education policy, with due respect, a lot of noise. But then the problem is what? The problem at hand is to help learner, learn the subjects, time
Yeah.
bound learning. Around 50 subjects in 4 year, every
Hmm.
3 years, 3 months, 4 months, and every 5 subjects.
Hmm.
The learning is the difficult part, not anytime entry, anytime exit, skill. These are all secondary. People should invest in research to make learners, the students learn. Learning is not intrinsically motivated. Majority of the people are not intrinsically motivated.
Hmm.
So brick and mortar institutes successfully carry out some kind of cognitive supervision for
Hmm.
cognitive learning. So the focus should be on make learners learn lot of
Yeah.
things in time bound fashion. And especially you are engaging India kind of country, you are engaging large amount of population. The population
Yes.
size is quite small, quite big. So it's unlike American way of doing or European way of doing things. Here, the focus should be on engaging them productively, and invest in research to make devise some procedures, methodology to make them study, learn, evolve as
Yeah.
a human capital for the evolving marketplace, especially in knowledge economy.
Mm-hmm.
So this is new education policy. Otherwise, speaking about autonomy, etc. Autonomy again a double-edged weapon.
Mm-hmm.
If the leadership is not enlightened, it will degenerate fast because the teachers will form a cozy club. And
Yeah.
if any campus having 20,000 students or 15,000 students, then you can have proportionate academic council manager, large size. There is going to be check and balance. But then
Right.
no, blindly they are promoting no autonomy, etc. Without
Mm-hmm.
understanding, university can find a enlightened leader or leadership, not
Mm-hmm.
for every autonomous colleges. You cannot imitate a American way of doing it. Their socio-economic conditions are different.
Right.
The attitudes of the citizenry is different. So
Mm-hmm.
in third world country, you cannot replicate American way of doing things. Here,
Exactly.
the economy can benefit if we can productively engage students aging from 16 to 22. No, the
Mm-hmm.
serious business is engaging productively. Otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
if they are outside the campus, the focus, the energy will be juvenile impatience will be to unsettle the seat of power.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Exactly.
promoting a lot of digital university, etc., is without much experimentation. This
Mm-hmm.
this new education policy should be heavily should have derived from 10 years or 15 years of case studies. They should have
Right.
set out a lot of case studies in schools and colleges over a period of 10 years. After
Mm-hmm.
measuring the outcome, they should have formulated. Here, by
Mm-hmm.
and large, it is collecting opinions of multitude. That may not
Right.
be the correct way to go ahead. So
Uh-huh.
the serious issue is to make students study.
Right. Exactly. They have to study and then they can reproduce. And they have
Yes,
to sit for the examination.
correct,
They have
correct.
to, right? Online examination, students have not been really fair in them.
It's
And
all
it has.
no manipulation actually. Online examination is farcical, completely farcical. Therefore,
Yes.
no learning. Examination
Right.
also makes student to learn something, no time bound learning.
Mm-hmm.
But because of
Okay.
online, said they should have been graded, very measured way of conducting online, etc. Not indiscriminately over a period of 2 years. Don't do. Should have interested at least each every institute to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this happened. Should
Now
have been
the
because the
no,
people at the helm of affairs are also subjected to some kind of fear psychosis. The
right,
minister
right.
involved, the officer involved, also subjected to fear psychosis. The
Mm-hmm.
decision maker subjected to fear psychosis.
Mm-hmm.
They see that everything is on flood.
Exactly. Now, is there any possibility of migrating from work and motor institutes to digital learning centers?
The
Digital
digital,
learning centers.
digital learning can be complementary. So
Yeah.
to reduce the cost of education, higher education is advisable to incorporate some part of learning or education through online. But
Right.
you cannot replace the brick and mortar. As I
Motor.
said, for cognitive learning, you need to have cognitive supervision. So
Right.
without physical engagement,
Uh-huh.
nothing will happen. They will be on the outside the campus. Lot of energy, junior youthful energy that will be directed towards seat of power. It's a
Right, right.
dangerous proposition to heavily
Uh-huh.
rely on digital universities.
Uh-huh. What are the
It is
focus
adding value.
areas in
It
engineering
is
and
adding
technology?
value. It is complementary.
Right,
But
right.
physical classroom should be there.
Yes, always. And what are the focus areas in engineering and technology?
Now, no, they say globalized economy. India, by virtue of its the history and the current uh, strength and weakness, we
Mhm.
are seriously succeeding in knowledge economy, engaging knowledge economy. So we are
Yeah.
contributing, we are exporting and human resources, human capital,
Mhm.
and without much capital investment, we can thrive on the realm of artificial intelligence, data science, blockchain technology. Here,
Yeah.
we invest slightly more than the budget amount. There is a possibility of India emerging as a hub for the global marketplace. So
Mhm.
massive possibility going forward all over the world. Every enterprise is trying to build some level of intelligence to their existing systems. So if
Right.
that's the case, only India can provide that the matching human capital. So no
Mhm.
other part of the world can supply a human capital, a supply chain of human capital for man these newly evolved scenario marketplace, technology marketplace, and
Yeah. Yeah.
blockchain. Even within India, even internal market is ripe for uh, introducing blockchain to build efficiencies, improve
Mhm.
productivity, even in e-governance, e-commerce, and even legal system.
Mhm.
Only thing is little more proactive government measures can accelerate the whole process. So a lot of
Mhm.
scope in investing in AI, quantum computing, and blockchain technology.
Right. Right. Now, is there a serious gap in demand and supply of engineering graduates?
This point of time, especially for knowledge economy, even though a lot of noise about unemployment, etc.,
Mhm.
we are seeing a dearth of professionals and even graduates required for this IT behemoth like TCS, Infosys,
Mhm.
Wipro, kind of, or Mahindra, Tech Mahindra, etc. Massive
Mhm.
requirement for them, and even in United States, they are heavily relying on India, and
Mhm.
there we can find that it is reported that huge requirement of people, but it's not available. So a lot
Okay.
of new capacity can be created in engineering colleges for these branches, IT
Mhm.
related, computer related branches.
Right. Right. Exactly. Yes. Yes. That is the thing. How educational establishment of India can resolve the crisis created by the ongoing Ukraine and Russia conflict.
That's quite
It's
interesting actually. So all of
yeah.
a sudden we realize that no, so many people are people of Indian nationals are studying there, both majority
Hmm.
in medicine and around 20% in engineering. This is essentially because no, we failed to create capacity in India.
Uh-huh.
So, Mr. Dr. Devi Shetty kind of people already conveyed that we don't require for getting an approval to start a medical college. So many criteria, so many infrastructure. Real
Hmm.
time, it is now by expert says it's not required. I don't know
Hmm.
what is the bottleneck, but as a country, we failed to create capacity to match our population. And now the Devi Shetty kind of people are Narayana Hrudalaya, some their establishment is
Uh-huh.
opening medical colleges in West Indies, and they are directly getting employed in America. If that
Oh.
can happen, he says no, you don't require so much, so many big 500 bed hospital, 200 bed hospital. It is not required at all. So
Hmm.
a lot of condition can be, but people are subjected to some kind of inertia or barrier or some other
Hmm.
criteria. It's
Hmm.
advisable that we create in accelerated fashion, we create massive medical capacity, medical education capacity in India that can
Hmm.
solve this kind of unwanted migration to Russia, China, and Ukraine.
Right. Right. But what happens to the medical students who are forced to discontinue their
Students should be again productively engaged. There is a possibility. Only again, you need to have unbiased mind, very very open mind to adapt these people and try to have some kind of accelerated coursework and internship.
studies?
Including private colleges can be empowered and accredited for enrolling these students, especially third year student can be easily enrolled, and there can be some kind of screening, a long internship of 3 year. 3 year already completed in Ukraine. 3 year here in internship in private hospital or accredited hospital, and
Yeah.
some kind of screening mechanism can, if some people are resourceful, and these are all not by heart surgery, brain surgery. So if you
Yeah.
are willing, you can easily facilitate, and people can emerge as a productive doctors.
Yes, yes, exactly. That is how it should be actually done. And whether it will be done, how it will be done is still to be known.
That's
We
correct.
do
That's
not
correct.
know. Yeah, we
That's
do
correct.
not know what will happen. And
Correct.
you tell me about your opinion about the foreign universities setting up campus in GIFT cities.
Possibly, we are compelled to allow foreign university to set up campuses in this kind of facility, like economic special economic zone is a
Yeah.
new kind of economic zone where foreign universities can come and establish their campus, and it is going to contribute. Only thing is, they'll attach some kind of cost, higher cost for. Uh,
Mhm.
enrolling students and offering services, but then
Mhm.
it's a way of life, and those who are having eye for joining private foreign university can join in India.
Mhm.
uh, Only thing is, majority of those who are coming to India may not be the world class, so we
Right.
can our IITs and lot of other colleges are world class actually, even though
Mhm.
we will not be getting into the top rank of the universities, because a lot of
Mhm.
politics involved. So we
Right.
should not mind much about the ranking, etc. But we have to
Uh-huh.
sensitize about the best of colleges are available in India, and
Mhm.
majority of the foreign universities are uh, uh, average, very average. Only thing is, by enrolling there, you are getting a license to stay back. That's the
Mhm.
only. Otherwise, content wise, majority of Indian universities are Indian institutes are better off, except
Mhm.
MIT, Stanford. These are exceptions.
Mhm. Acha, what will you tell to the students? For the higher education, being the principal, what message would you like to convey to them?
I convey to that, the whole world appreciate higher education.
Yeah.
Even if you are getting placed through campus interview,
Mhm.
after 2 3 years, take a break and complete your higher education.
Mhm.
Ideally, in India, if somebody want to migrate to other developed countries, is
Mhm.
advisable. Otherwise, but nobody should lose an opportunity to complete their higher education, post
Right.
graduation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we also provoke them or exhort them to undertake research, because Indian economy can flourish if we can replicate 1950s of US, where uh, John F. Kennedy exhorted
Mhm.
their youth to contribute to the nation building process.
Right.
They directed their research essentially to improve upon their technology, not
Mhm.
generic research.
Right. Right.
If that happens in India, Indian
Mhm.
economy can quantum jump or get into a new orbit of development. So
Mhm.
research is no possible. We have to improve the research culture. We have to incentivize
Mhm.
students pursuing research, PhD program and other research. If that
Mhm.
happens, a lot of breakthrough technology can happen in Indian soil.
Mhm. That is very important.
Yeah,
Getting highly educated and then doing the things for your own country.
correct,
That
correct,
is that is very important,
correct,
basically.
correct.
And uh, what under these circumstances, right now, the prevailing conditions in our country, what would you advise the students to do?
Student,
What
no,
is
students, this the impressionable age, they should remain focused for set goals. So they
Yeah.
need to have a lot of mental discipline and
Yeah.
lot of information available in the public domain.
Hmm.
If they feel that they are having a liking for a specific area of interest, they should join some Coursera kind of, this MOOCs, they say massive open online courses actually. They
Uh-huh.
can improve upon their existing knowledge. It's a
Mhm.
complementary and remain
Mhm.
focused, understand the marketplace, even as a student, and
Mhm.
moreover, what they study, they should be able to relate with the real-time scenario. So they should
Right.
understand this subject is essentially helping or getting used for this industry, this business.
Mhm.
They need to establish a relation between their theoretical knowledge and what is happening on the ground. So that
Right.
is missing actually. The whole university system give a lot of importance to theoretical rigor. That is fair. University is
Mhm.
meant for that. But then
Mhm.
we are not initiating students to experiential learning. That is learning while doing. So
Right.
Americans are essentially doing that, but then the content comes down. The
Mhm.
content of the subject matter comes down. They take a lot
Right.
of time, but
Uh-huh.
we need to go in between. So we
Mhm.
cannot totally ignore this experiential learning while doing. But then teacher and student should realize this is a pitfall, this is the gap. We should bridge that.
Yeah. Yeah. Very important that is. Bridging the gap.
Bridging
Students
the
and teachers and
both.
the
Yeah, yeah,
institutions. Yeah. And the institution that is where they are studying. They
correct.
have to relate to each other.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And thank you very much, Mr.
Yeah,
Thampi,
yeah, yeah.
for
Thanks a
the
lot.
time you gave us.
Thanks a lot.
And
Yeah.
anything else you would like to tell on your own, like this is from your experience?
I'll again convey that the internship counts, and hackathon kind of events,
Yeah.
hackathon kind of events, where all of a sudden short time students are forced to learn new problem definition. All of a
Hmm.
sudden they are getting exposed to a problem defined in say 100 pages. So the
Uh-huh.
experience is going to be different, and they emerge as a human capital. And one
Hmm.
more thing, you as a student should develop lot of mental faculty. So a lot of mental faculty, at least you be careful to strengthen few of the productive mental faculty. One is self learning. Second, develop that a capacity to empathize with the society, empathize with the people, sympathy. These are quite important, and also make it a point to understand that the less fortunate undertake some kind of social
Exactly.
outreach.
Yes.
Try to have the immediate reach out to immediate neighborhood. So it also help you to understand the the opportunities at the bottom of the pyramid. So both
Right.
way it is beneficial. So it is setting your mental rhythm in the right direction, and also
Mhm.
you are contributing to society at large.
Right. Right. Yes. Exactly. Thank you very much, Mr. Thampi. Your
Thanks a lot.
inputs are very, very important and very essential for the students and for everyone, even the parents, those who are going to watch this interview are going to benefit from this.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you very much for
Thanks a
your
lot.
time. Thanks a lot.